We will get going. Cool. So, guys, welcome. It's great to see everybody again. If you can turn your cameras on, I'll be letting people in here as we go. Watch your mics. If you do have background noise, you can always mute yourself. But we'll be opening things up here for discussion. The more discussion, the better. Really, mastermind idea with all this stuff. That's always better. So, Shaun Richardson, he trained for us before, spoke with us before. It's been a few months ago, but he's coming back on here. And so, Shaun's been in the business for 6 years now. Him and his wife work together. Where are you at, Shaun? I forget what part of the
I'm in
country.
Ohio, Lima, Ohio area.
That's right. I remember that now. So, but been at EXP for 4.5 out of the 6 years, and two-time icon agent. On his way to a third, he was telling me 60 deals in 2020, 79 in 2021. You're a busy man.
I was hoping to hit 100 this year, but the market has changed a little, so I'm just going to be happy to hit icon again at this point.
We're seeing a little shift, so definitely. But why don't you introduce yourself a little bit more, Shaun? I know I just shared a lot of that, but go ahead and talk about whatever you want,
Yeah,
and we'll get into here. I appreciate you doing this, man. Thank you.
yeah, thank you, Jeff. Well, I appreciate the chance to share. I love helping. So basically, a little bit about myself. Grew up Greater Heights, got into window cleaning, so it was kind of ironic. Did that for 18 years. Ruptured two discs in my back. Didn't have any idea what I was going to do next. Decided to do real estate. Joined a local brokerage. Was really happy. Was never going to leave. Ashley Nelson reached out to me, told me about EXP. I ended up making the switch. Joined EXP 4.5 years ago, as Jeff said. Can't imagine ever going back or going to any other brokerage at this point. But love EXP, love real estate, and it wasn't always easy. My first 9 months in real estate, I made a whole $8,000. So I almost never really decided to stick with it. But it's just like anything, you get what you put into it. And so Jeff asked me to share, and I wanted to share how to keep in touch with your past clients. Most agents do not follow up with their past clients. They're always looking for the next new age or the next new client, the new lead they're getting, things like that. But why would you not put a little money into keeping in touch with past clients that you've already worked with, that already know you, that already trust you? And so that's kind of what I wanted to brainstorm with today. And I want to leave it open for people to talk and share. I have several ideas that I think are really powerful. And I'd love to just kind of get the wheels turning for y'all. If this isn't something you're doing, I strongly encourage you to consider it. I utilize something called send out cards. And I'll give you an example. We're going to have a cookout here in a couple weeks. And my wife and I worked on a card, and we sent this card out to past clients. And here's the beautiful thing about it. Not everybody's going to come. That's okay. But everybody got the invite. And so they know that we haven't forgot about them. And at this cookout, I have another person that's in business who's going to help with the fees. And we're going to grill out. We're going to smoke some meat. We're going to have live music. We have a DJ coming. We have cornhole. We're having, I call it hillbilly golf. I don't know what y'all call it, where it's got the rope with tennis ball or the golf balls, and you throw it, and it's got a ladder. I believe there's different names.
Hey, Shaun, I accidentally muted you, man. I'm so sorry. My bad.
Unmute. Okay.
There you go. Sorry
Not a
about that.
problem.
That's my fault. Somebody was noisy and I accidentally hit you.
So basically, it's a good time. We usually have some giveaways, and it doesn't have to be expensive. So don't go, oh, I don't have the money, or it's too expensive. If you really truly don't have the money, find someone that's in business that would want to meet your past clients. So for instance, you could have your photographer. Think about it like this. If your photographer's there taking pictures, and talk to this person and say, hey, look, I want to get you more business. I'm going to probably have 30 to 50 past clients here. Guarantee you some of them are probably going to have family photos. They're going to need a graduation picture. They're going to need, probably baby pictures, or maybe someone's getting married. I mean, you name it, that photographer could get some business for being there. And so maybe your photographer is just there donating his or her time taking photos. Then you get someone like a lender, home warranty rep. You can get home inspector, whoever you have that's in business that wants to meet people and grow their business. Don't make it about you. Make it about, hey, I want to help you grow your business. How would you like to meet some new clients? And they're going to be like, that's awesome. Okay, well, hey, I'm having a cookout. It's going to be here at my house, or you could have it at a place. Last year, some of my agents, we went together and rented a place. It's whatever you want to do, but you're going to become that person's realtor that you're helping grow their business because nobody else in your area is doing that. A lot of them are too busy or they just don't think to do something like that. And so it gives you the chance not to just stay in touch with your past clients and have them refer you business, but also the local business owners that you partner up with to get them business. And now they're going to do the same and give you business.
How many people do you have coming? How many do you invite to your cookout that you're doing?
I invite all my past clients. I have over 200 past clients just since I joined EXP. And I invite them all and guarantee you they're not all going to come. Some of them are going to be at the lake. And it's honestly a little bit challenging at first that day because you'll get all these texts. Sorry, I can't make it. Sorry, I'm not going to be there. And every year, my Christmas party or my cookout, I'm like, oh, nobody's going to come. And then, boom, the next thing you know, tons of people show up. It's just out of respect. They're trying to let you know, hey, thanks for the invite. I'm actually not going to be able to make it. But you know what? That's okay because you're probably not going to buy food for 200 people. But if you invite 200, you're probably going to have 30 to 50.
Do you do an RSVP on there of any kind?
I haven't. I probably should. I've tried. I utilize Facebook too. I create an event and I invite people on there. So I do it 3 different ways. I do the Facebook event. So if you have a business page, you can create an event right on there and then just send that and invite it, your past clients. Then you can also call people. Then you can do the cards. I also utilize KV Core. When you're in KV Core, you can change them when they buy or sell to closed. And so you can easily create a video, send it to everyone on KV Core that closed a deal with you. So I'll probably do that like the week of the party.
Okay.
And I hired someone to play music. He's like $300. He's awesome. He'll take song requests, giveaways. You can get these business owners to give stuff away. You can give stuff away. I have a business that creates mugs. And because it's summertime, I'm going to be having him make some EXP. They're like koozies, but they're more like a coffee mug where you put your drink in it, but it's not flimsy. You can't fold it up and put it in your pocket. Giving some of those away. And then also some bottle openers. So if anyone's drinking bottles of beer, they can, open it up and it's got EXP right on it. Give them some fun stuff and
Right.
people will enjoy it. At that point, what's not to like? They got some music, some food, they won something. Almost everyone walks away winning something.
Very cool. What?
So,
How much will it cost you? Like this event that you're doing coming up?
it varies. I mean, it comes down to, do you want to pay for it all yourself or do you want to get someone involved? So
Right.
it doesn't have to cost you a lot.
Like,
Watch your mics, guys. If you're,
I'll probably rent some tables and chairs. So I'm going to pay for that. And I don't know, I'll probably be $600 to $800 if I pay everything myself. But if I get someone to go in, then, split that.
Okay. Do you have your photographer coming to this event that you're doing?
I don't. I had her come at my Christmas party.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing about that was after the party, I then took those pictures and sent them cards wishing them a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, thanking them for being at the party. And you know what they're going to do with that card? They're not going to throw it away because it's a beautiful, professional picture of them. They're going to put it on their shelf.
So you had okay. So talk about that. You had your photographer took pictures, like family pictures, that kind of stuff, at the party.
Yeah,
Like
anybody that was
groups?
there, they stood in front of the Christmas tree and they got a picture.
Okay, and then you sent that to them.
Yep, absolutely. And I also sent them a card before to invite them. So they got 2 cards, one to be invited, one for coming.
Okay.
And you can also, I used to send out cards. You can attach something to that if you wanted to send them a brownie. I use that for every time I close a deal on their anniversary, I send them a card. And if I have the picture from when they bought the house, I'll put that on the front of the card. And then there's like 2 brownies and everyone loves them. They're always like, oh, it was so good. Thanks. That was awesome. And usually someone will post it on Facebook. I have the best realtor. He just sent me these brownies and this card. And send out cards is huge. I love it. I mean, it's every time I close a deal, I put them in send out cards. And then you can create a group, and I create a past client group.
I know a lot of people that use send out cards. How much does that cost?
I do the unlimited for $99 a month. So
Okay.
for $1,200 a year, I can send out as many cards as I want.
Okay. They have different packages that you can do.
Yep,
Send
you
out
can just
cards.
pay per card if you don't want to do a monthly. But for me, it encourages me to stick with it and use it, because if I'm going to pay $100 a month, I better be doing something with it.
Right. Right. You can also send, and you can send out cards, but they have like gifts that you can send out too. Like you mentioned the brownies, like that kind
Correct.
of
Yep.
stuff, right?
Yeah, like I had a past client, I saw them have a baby. So I grabbed, it was cool. They did a before and after picture at the hospital. They had their carrier with the two of them holding it and it was empty. Then they had a picture with their baby on the way out. And so I grabbed those pictures and put it on the front of the card and I sent it to them. And because they had a baby boy, one of the gifts you can add is like a blue giraffe, little stuffed doll. And I just added that and it wasn't too expensive and sent it to them. And I mean, that's a connection that you're making with them. You're showing them, hey, look, the deal's over, but I'm still going to think about you and I'm still going to send you something and I'm still here. So if you ever need to refer somebody, here I am, you know,
Right.
and
Right.
put that on your card at the bottom of your card. Hey, by the way, love referrals if you have anybody.
Very cool. Let's open it up here for a second, guys. What kind of who's done? You guys have done like client events. Summer's a great time to do it, whether it's a barbecue or different things. He mentioned the Christmas party. Which one of you guys have you guys done different kinds of events with your clients to pull
I
them
have,
in? Nancy, I saw you unmute yourself. Yeah.
yeah, we do. We have Mardi Gras down here.
Nice.
And so it's kind of like free entertainment. So my office is a half a block from the parade route. So we do that every year. I like the Christmas party idea. I might start doing that also. But we usually have, I've got a small office here. So I can't have hundreds of people, but I do invite all my people and encourage my agents to invite their people. And you're right, there some will say, well, we're not going to be at the beach this weekend, or so I have usually about 30 or 40 people show up. And
Do you
it,
get
and it
yours? Do you sponsor it with somebody? Do you get like a lender? Or do you
I
do it
have
yourself?
not. Nope, I have not. I do it myself. My agents contribute. They bring stuff, and I usually get Rouse's is right next door, and I get pulled pork from them, and everybody loves it. Get a king cake, chips. I don't go all out. Beer, wine. One year I did a keg, but we didn't even go through it, so I stopped doing a keg. So I
Yeah.
usually just get some coolers and put some beer and wine in it. So, but it's good. They appreciate it. They all really really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I also send out birthday cards. I don't do anniversary cards, so I like that idea. But I also do something for birthday. And then last year for Christmas, I sent them all cookies from a neighboring cookie bakery shop. So,
Cool.
and 95% of my business is past clients and referrals from those past clients because of that. So it's a good thing to do. And even if you're a new agent and you don't have that many past clients, think about it. You're not going to be spending a whole bunch of money yet. But time is what you're going to spend, and you should do it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I remember the first broker I worked with, the first 3 years I was in the business, and he did a thing every summer. Our office was at a house, and it had a big yard, and it was kind of fenced in, and it was awesome. I mean, he really put on, it was catered, so he did, it was kind of like a buffet style line. I think he did like mostly like usually Mexican food, whatever, and then and had that theme going. I remember he had like a mariachi band there, whatever. He had face painting for the kids, and he had like somebody that those caricatures, you see at the like carnivals and stuff where they'll draw you like a cartoon of you, whatever. Like everybody got one of those, which was kind of fun. And this guy was really good. We still have him actually, but just different things going on. I remember they had all kinds of lots of stuff for the kids. Had an ice cream truck come, whatever. So that was there, just desserts all day, like ice cream stuff. But it was really really good. So Tim just mentioned Aileen. Can you come on? Where's Aileen? Is she on here? She was on here. Where'd she go? Maybe she'll come back. Well,
She just had her party last Saturday.
yeah,
Yeah, she had like 80 people there, and
really.
I'll go ahead and tell you about it since she's not here. I was invited, and it was fun. She did hers in a restaurant, Wolf Bay Lodge here at the beach, and hired a band. And Wolf Bay Lodge obviously made the food for it and everything. And it wasn't an open bar. We paid for our drinks, but it was good. It was good. It was a good time.
Very cool. Who else, guys? Who else has done something like this? You know, some sort of a client appreciation event or something like that for your past clients, current clients. Who else has done stuff? Anybody?
Hey Jeff, yeah,
Yeah.
we've done some stuff. We've only during pretty much during the summer we've did a big event at the lake and took everybody out and had a couple boats and took people, water skiing, did a big barbecue and kind of did all the stuff. We didn't have a band or anything like that, but at least we got people to come and enjoy and go out to lake, or even if they were boaters themselves. Because I'm a big boater, so we do that. And other people brought their boats, and they just had a good time, at the lake. And we used to do that like at least twice during the summer, at least in the past. I haven't done it in my real estate side of things, but my past business we were doing that, and it was a lot of fun. So we've been talking about trying to do that, and then invite other agents to join as well, because it's just a good time for families.
Mm-hmm. Lots of ways to get the cost covered. I mean, I think if you do pull in, if you need help with that, I think, Shaun, like you're pulling in your photographer or pulling in a lender, again, a way to, help them to grow their business, that mindset, whatever. So if it's $800, $400 a piece, it's a marketing expense. Basically, you write that off and, you're going to win these people over. I mean, they're going to use you, they're going to refer people to you because you're going above and beyond what most agents are doing out there. That's just what happens. What are some ideas that you guys would have? What are some things? Let's just brainstorm a little bit. What are some things that just some ideas that you could have for even like for this summer or any time of year? Something you could do to pull clients together and just have some fun.
I share a fun one.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I would recommend, and I haven't done it yet, but I want to do this, so that's why I'm sharing. Doggy photo day. If people have dogs, they love their dogs. I mean, that's like their family, right? So get your photographer, get your lender, get your title rep, and everyone invites their past clients. And also partner with a local grooming company. So find a grooming company in your area and host it at the grooming company's place if they have room. And just say, hey, we're going to do a doggy photo day. You can get some fun little outfits for the dogs, and people can get their pictures taken with their dogs or just have their dogs taken without them. But what a fun event you could have on a nice weather day and just really enjoy it. And you will make such an impression, and then get all those pictures and then send those pictures to your past clients with a send out card or whatever you use and send it to them. And I'm telling you, like, that would be a good time. And I can't wait to do one.
Actually, it sounds funny. Yeah. Something that's very different. Why not? Because you're right. You're right.
Here at the beach. I don't think he's on, well, he's not in our group. So, but anyway, he's another EXP agent here at the beach, and he did it. And it was awesome. People were putting them on Facebook, and yeah, it's a great way to do it. We had thought about, one of my agents has her dad, who is I'm very close to, has an Easter Bunny outfit. So before COVID hit, we were going to do that and have, pictures of kids here at the office. And then COVID hit, and we haven't been able to do it. But that's one of the things that I think that we will probably do this year or next year. Easter's already passed.
There you go. Aileen, can you unmute yourself? I know you had to leave and come back on. There you are. So Tim had shared, and Nancy did share a little bit about it, but did she go? Where's she at? No, there she is. I'm sorry. You did a big event here just this last weekend. Is that right?
Yes. Can you guys hear me? Because my internet is not connecting real well.
Yeah, no, we hear you good. You're good.
Yeah, I actually just had a big event Saturday. We had 80 people come through. We had vendors, clients, a couple of realtors like Nancy, a couple of our fellow EXP agents showed up to support. But yeah, it was a really good event.
Yeah, and you did it at a restaurant, is that right?
Yes. Yeah, I've done 3. I did 2018, 2019, and then I couldn't do COVID in 2020 and 2021. So this was our first year back doing them. And, it's a good bit of work, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
It forces you to touch all your clients. And it also, you get your vendors engaged. I had a lot of vendors come, and that's really good for multiple reasons. Number one, those are the people that you want good relationships with because you're doing business with them. You're referring your clients' business to them, and they'll refer business back to you. So, just keeping your entire sphere engaged, it's definitely something that I highly recommend. And so few agents do it. I mean, I've only seen one, Nancy, not including Nancy, but I've only ever seen one other agent in our entire county do them. There's 3,200 agents in our county. So it definitely sets you apart.
Definitely. That's awesome. I've seen a realtor here. I'm in Colorado Springs, and I've seen a realtor on Facebook just advertising here lately. They're doing he's doing a thing with his clients, a Top Gun, the new Top Gun movie's coming out, right? So, whatever, they're making a big deal of that. So anyway, he's doing a big Top Gun movie night. They rented the theater. I think he's got I saw he's got a title company and a lender involved, and they rented out a theater, and they're giving out tickets to all their clients, like 300. Or 200, I think was the max on it. And then they're providing, like, everybody gets a coupon for like a popcorn and a drink or something. And then they're going to do pictures. He's got the Top Gun, the big thing in the lobby of the theater. And he has this photographer come. They're going to just do pictures with that, and just make it a movie night. And you can do that on a Saturday morning. You can do a Sunday afternoon. You can, most of the theaters out there, you can rent the theaters now. They're really pretty cheap. They used to be really expensive, but they've come down a lot, with just COVID and everything, and trying to get people back in the theaters. So that's an idea. You could take a summer movie or, movie any time of year. Just pick one. Pick a family movie, something coming out, and do a Saturday morning, invite all the kids, whatever, something like that. Cover the cost. Any other ideas that just bounce out? Anybody? Just a thought, just to share? Shaun Corbett?
Hey Jeff, how are you?
Good, man. I saw you unmute yourself.
Yeah, I had a couple of thoughts. So was the topic events for clients? Was that the initial idea and thought?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to and you're talking about gifts and things like that thereafter. I haven't done events for clients specifically, but I've done them for agents, right? Because I was always about building teams and growing my agents and investing back into them. So I would do a couple of events, pretty good size events a year. You do the normal stuff, the Christmas, and I would call it Christmas. May offend some people, but we call it Christmas. Yeah. And then we would do summer. We would do summer kickoff party, because that's where everybody gets real busy. So then I rent a gazebo, and then I bring everyone out, and then we grill up a bunch of food and just let them have the kids go out and play on the beach and stuff. We got a good spot here in Grapevine. That was just a couple thoughts that I've done for, my own agents, and then, I've got some agents that have done events for clients. They're not on, so I may come back and share some of the stuff they've done, but I wanted to share one thing. We're talking about gift giving. I've joined a system that allows me to kind of like stay in front of my clients every time they sell a house, or when they do sell the home, it automatically will send them a link, and then they can actually pick out things of interest to them, and then it'll define what they get. It kind of does it for me, and automated. I just set the budget, and then it will send them specific things that they're interested in. It could be alcohol, it could be sports, it could be pets, it could be technology. They go through the things that are really exciting and they really like a lot. That way they get what they want. And I also have it set up as automated, so every time it comes across the time they bought the home, that's my relationship with them. It's a home anniversary gift. It'll send them, and same thing. I set the budget, and then it kind of comes back, cleans up the text a little bit, and then focuses on things that they want. So it stays in front of them every year. If they sell a house and they don't buy a home, so I don't have that anniversary in common, because they just sold their house. They're not going to really care about the date they sold. Then I'll do the birthday thing. But I send mine a week before their birthday, and the message is, what's better than getting a gift on your birthday is getting a gift a week before your birthday, right? So, and it'll send them a gift. So all that's kind of a systematized, I have built into what I have, and I spend several $100s a month on that. I think it's been well worth it, just from the clients and things that I've closed in the past.
That's
So
awesome.
just a couple of points I was going to share.
What's the service that you use that does that?
It's called Evabot. Evabot.
Evabot. Evabot.
If it helps, I can actually show you what it looks like on my back office. You can see all the things that it does.
Here, let me.
Yeah, I'll share my screen real quick. I think it'll be of interest to the
There
way.
you go. Try that.
Especially you guys. Y'all sell a lot of real estate. It really helps having something like this set up to kind of like automate. So this is my back office system. And then you can see gifts that are sent out to each one of my clients. So I'll set a budget, and you can do $30 and it'll buy 2 or 3 little items that is relevant to them, something easy like that. And I just keep them in front of it. And then, some of my better clients, I might put $200 or $300. They sell something bigger, I might buy something more. But it's just doing this ongoing consistently. So I love it. It stays in front of them. I get lots of comments and feedback from it. Just a way to stay in front of everyone. So I don't know if that helps. They have a way I can link, and then you can get introduced to how it works if any of you want to see it, get a link on it. Just put a message in the chat with your email address, and I can send it to you.
Nice.
So,
cool. And if you want to send it to me, Shaun, you could send it to me, and then I could actually put it in the comments when we post this video.
Sure.
So if anyone wants to get a hold of you,
yeah, of course.
That'd be awesome. Very cool. I've never heard of that. Evabot. There's so much out there. That's what I love about these things. It's just, there's, I don't know.
But we were talking last week. I mean, I took a lot of notes from the time management. It matters to me.
Yeah.
I really, for those of you that know me, I'm not interested in working full time at this. I can do this part time. I sell real estate. I did 38 million last year, and I probably only work 6 hours a day, and half of it's doing other things. So systems like this allows me to accomplish a lot more. I have a VA, I have admin, I have staff, I have admin for my agents, so I can make them efficient. And then, I partner with people that I know exactly what they're going to do and how they're going to perform. So I don't have to spend a lot of time educating and inventing things. I already know the way I know what my outcome is going to be. That helps you be incredibly efficient.
Yeah.
So.
It's awesome. Very cool. Shaun Richardson. Why don't you go ahead?
I was just going to say, another great idea, guys, if you're not doing so, I would encourage you to think about it. Every time you have a closing with a buyer, tell them, hey, once the dust settles and you get moved in, why don't we have a housewarming party? I'm going to create an event on Facebook, and you do that on your business page. So you go to your business page, you create an event, you make your buyer the co-host because you don't know who to invite, and you have them invite all their friends and family. And the cool thing about it is you're going to be the only realtor at that party, and that house is going to look the most amazing it's ever going to look. And you could tell them you're going to grill up something during the summer. If it's winter, you could do pizza or chili. But the main thing is be willing to have an event for them, and you're going to get to meet their closest friends and family. So out of every closing with a buyer, you could turn that into 1 or 2 more closings next year or 2 years down the road. Like, you're becoming that realtor to those people because they got to shake your hand. And then another cool factor, introduce them to a new local place, food wise. Like, for instance, I introduced them to, there was a place where they make cheesecake tacos, and I had those at my party, my housewarming party, and everyone was talking about them. They'd never heard of them, they'd never seen them. Who's the company that makes these? And so you're becoming a person that's connecting them to a really cool, fun place that serves these cheesecake tacos or whatever food place you have in your area. And so it doesn't have to cost a lot. And, the Facebook event helps you figure out how many people might be there. Not everybody's going to put they're going to be there. But once again, it's just a really cool way to add value to your client. They enjoy it. I always do a video on that event, and I say, hey guys, it's Shaun Richardson. I'm so excited for so-and-so. We're going to have a housewarming party. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring the meat. We're going to grill it up. I asked if you just could bring a side. And then if you would like, bring a housewarming party gift for so-and-so. And it's just a lot of fun. And once again, you've went from a transaction to becoming their lifelong realtor.
So housewarming.
Mm-hmm.
After they get settled in, what you typically like a month or so later, probably
Yeah,
something like that.
nobody's ready the day they move in.
Yeah, no,
There's
no, no.
boxes everywhere, and they're like, I don't even know where anything is.
Yeah.
I did one of those one time, and it is it's a good way for them to meet their neighbors also. So we walked around with flyers in the neighborhood, and the neighbors came as well. So it was a good way for them to meet their neighbors.
Absolutely.
That's cool. Did you have anybody else there, Nancy? Besides, it was just, I mean, you're the realtor and you're
It,
helping to put it together. Yeah.
right. I was on a team at the time, and it was the team that had done it.
Okay.
So there were other realtors there, of course, but it was all of our team.
Right.
There were no other outside realtors.
Okay.
I was with Keller Williams at the time.
That makes sense.
What I found is too, the lender that did the deal with you during the deal, just mention it to him. Hey, Mr. or Miss Lender, I'm thinking about having a housewarming party for so-and-so. What do you think? Oh, I'd love to be a part of that, because they see a potential to make more connections as well. So once again, you can split the cost with them.
Keep it simple. And Shaun, you were telling me, I mean, before we got on here, you it was a housewarming party that led to like multiple
Yeah,
closings.
so,
Is that right?
well, basically it was, well, let me share the story. It's kind of a fun story. It was from an open house, but it's a past client, and I've kept in touch with them. So that's why I'm sharing this, because if you don't keep in touch with your past clients, you're always going to have to find new leads, cold leads. Why not stay in touch and have a nice warm lead and a nice warm handoff? So the story Jeff's talking about, did an open house, and it went absolutely horrible. Nobody came, lights were out. I'm ready to walk out the door, and there's 3 people standing at the front door. And I'm like, oh, hey guys, what's going on? They're like, well, are we too late? I said, oh no, absolutely not. So I let them in, walked them through the house. Well, guess what? Big shock. It wasn't a fit for them. But I asked them, do you have a realtor? I don't want to steal you away if you have a realtor, but if you don't, I'd love to be your guy. And they said, no, we don't. We'd be happy to work with you. So I showed them homes off and on for about a year. And then they did we're going to build. I'm like, oh man, I lost them. Now they're just looking at a piece of land for 30,000, and they already have a builder. And I'm like, I didn't give up hope. I kept in touch with them. I had switched companies. My second closing with EXP was their house. They bought a house with me for 320,000. And it was really similar to the new builds that they had been looking at. And it just happened to go on the market. And they said, oh my gosh, we want to see it. After 2 showings, they put an offer, and I sold it to them. Well, I'm also getting ready to sell that house. We're going to list it again this week. And that was 4.5 years ago. And I'm getting ready to list their house for 430,000 now. But since then, they're pastors. So guess what I got to do? I found them a church. I listed their church. I brought the buyer to their church. I listed some land that they had. They referred me to one of their people in their congregation. That young couple was getting married. They bought a house with me. They since have gotten married. They reached back out to me. They listed their house with me, and they bought a house with me, sold their house. Then they referred me to to her parents. They sold their house with me. They all came to my Christmas party. They said they're going to come to all of them. They had a blast. And then just last week, they referred me to the other one's dad. I have a listing appointment this week from that. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And it's just like, from one open house that went horribly wrong, I turned that into staying in touch with them. Past client parties, it works. Like, I strongly encourage it. Don't ever always look for just new deals. Touch base with your past clients. Like, they know people. They have friends and family. And it's a beautiful thing when you just stay in touch.
It's some of the easiest business you can get,
There's no referral fee.
Yeah.
That's the best thing.
Sure. For sure. How many guys have a good, and again, we're talking about all this stuff. I mean, with the parties and different things, but just a good system of follow up for your past clients, whether it's emails or letters or I don't know, just anything like that. I used to have, and I don't have this anymore, but back in the day, I also had it was a 7-year follow up plan. It was automated, just a drip campaign that went on for past clients. Because what do they usually do every 7 years? And, on average, it's time to move to the next house. It was just an automated thing. It was like something I would put into my KV core, and it just dripped, and we picked up a lot of deals from that. Just at the bottom, it was a quick little thing that went out. And the very last line, P.S. What the highest compliment I can get is a referral, that kind of thing. But Nancy, do you have something?
Yeah, I well, the first of the year, every year, everything that I closed that prior year, I know they get their HUD and their closing disclosures in their package, but I also send them one for their insurance, for their tax purposes. So they've got it right there and they don't have to go looking for it. And I send them, it's a $1 million candy bar.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks a million for letting me help you last year. Another thing I do is every 3 years, you were talking about 7 years, every 3 years, I send who's bought 3 years and longer, CMAs, just so they can see what their house is worth now.
Yeah.
And with this crazy market, I sat down and sent all of my past clients CMAs. It took me about a week to do it, to do it all. But I said, just for fun, I just want to let you know what this market's doing and what your property's worth. I got a couple of people that are thinking about listing their property.
Yeah, that's awesome. How many of you guys use HomeBot? Anybody use HomeBot? No. We're just getting started with HomeBot. We've been putting clients in there. Is anybody else not using HomeBot? Because I don't know totally how it works. But I think what it does is you put their name, their email, whatever, and it sends them an automated thing every month. It's like a monthly, thing. I know Aaron Kenny's not on here today, but Aaron just swears by it. I mean, that's something he's been using for a long time now and just picking up multiple deals a year with HomeBot. Christy, you got your hand raised. I saw you unmuted yourself too. I was going to call on you. What do you have going?
Yeah, so I'm new back into real estate, so I don't have a system yet. But the realtor that I've used the last few years, I'm on their mailing list, and there's a program in Colorado Springs. It's a postcard program. And what the postcard does is they go out and partner with different businesses in town for a 2-for-1 offer. And so every month I get a 2-for-1 offer from my realtor for something fabulous. It might be, dart games or axe throwing, or it could be buy something from the candy store and get something free, or a 2-for-1 dinner, and it rotates through different places. And I know we always look forward to receiving it in the mail, and we do use it. And every month it comes religiously. And then on the back of the postcard, it has the picture of the agent and their information, and appreciate your business. Looking forward to helping you in the future.
Do you know what the name of that company is, Christy?
I don't, but I can see if I can find it and send it to you.
See if you can find it. I wonder if it's local or if it's more of a nationwide thing, because I've seen those as well. I know there's a coffee shop over here very close to my house, and they actually also serve wine and beer and stuff. Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights they stay open late, and they had a thing. It was because I got this card in the mail from a realtor. I was like, what a great idea! It was like a free bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Like you go in and you buy you'd buy anything in there and you get a free bottle of wine. I mean, it was like up to like $18 or something. And man, I remember, and I know the people that run that cafe. I mean, they just had a stack of those things that had been turned into them, and they partnered up with the restaurant. Great for the restaurant, brought them a ton of business. It was a new place. And
right.
Whatever. I mean, but again, the realtor was, the realtor's name and all their stuff was right there on that. So, maybe you can find out what that is. I'd be curious to see whether it's something all these guys could use,
I've got it. I just grabbed, I don't know if you guys can see it. This is the one that I just recently got. And on the back of it, it says it's Boomerang Direct Marketing LLC at boomerang.com. boomerangdm.com.
Boomerangdm.com. Okay. Check it out.
Yeah. But I mean, we look forward to it. This one is for Crave, which is a newer restaurant in Colorado Springs. Buy one menu item, get it free. And then the agent's information is on the back of the card next to the address to me.
Yeah. There you go. You guys might want to look into that. Boomerang.com. Again, boomerangdm.com. I'm not sure if that's local to us or if I have a feeling it's more of a nationwide thing. So something to look at. But who else? Anybody else? Past client ideas? Past, the way it's one of the best things I will tell you, to have something together, some sort of a system, because again, it's like otherwise you're constantly having to go after new business, new leads, whatever. And so it is nice when you get 4, 5, 6 years into this down the road, and those people start buying again, and they're referring you if you did a great job. I used to always teach my agents on my team all the time, like, the goal is not to get to closing to get the check. The goal is to get to closing to get the referral. The checks will come. If we do a great enough job for them and working them through everything to where now we're getting there and they want to bring us more business, over time that builds to where now you can cut way back on your marketing budget or put it more into stuff like this, like what Shaun's doing, and Shaun Corbett with the monthly gift kind of thing. Have a budget on that. Like that could be your marketing budget when it's all said and done. Those past clients, just they're sending people to you, and that's the best business you can get. When those people come to you, that's like a lay down. They're just going to work with you. Whereas what is the stats on internet leads? We still do them, but it's like, man, it's like what, 2 to 3, 4 out of 100 that turn into business. I mean, you got to really work those leads, a lot of dud leads and different things. But anyway.
Jeff, what are your thoughts on this? Every time you sell a listing, have some kind of campaign that follows up with that buyer, even though it wasn't your buyer, they remember you being the listing agent. And when they go to sell, they may reach back out to you to sell, even though, because a lot of buyers agents won't follow up, right? So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. It's interesting. Any thoughts on that? Anybody?
Yeah, I actually really like that idea, because just as he said, the majority of agents out there aren't going to follow up. And, of course, you want to, I don't know exactly how you reach out to them, but you want to lead in with, hey, if your agent's been keeping in touch with you, please disregard this or something along those lines. I'm not sure how you initially make contact with them, but certainly if the agent's not keeping in touch with them, I love it.
I went before they changed the closing disclosures and they were putting the seller's address on the and you can find that in the tax records. So when I send out those in January, those HUDs, you've got the name of the seller. So I wouldn't send them a thanks a million letter or a candy bar, but I would just say, hey, just for your tax records for this year, here's a copy of your CD or your HUD. So that's, yeah, and I didn't represent them.
So, Shaun, how are you making that initial contact with the side of the transaction that wasn't your client?
Well, I haven't done it yet, but I read it in a book and I thought it was a great idea because ultimately they do remember seeing your sign in the yard. And so I was thinking of putting them in my send out cards and sending them a house anniversary card where they were going to basically every year get a card from me wishing them a happy house anniversary. And who knows, maybe they end up listing with you in the future. Sometimes people's jobs change. I mean, it's not always 7 years. Sometimes it's 1 or 2 years,
What percentage of agents do you guys think actually keep in touch with their past clients?
I think it's like 17 or something like that.
Very, very small.
I was going to guess 20% or less.
I bet it's low. For sure.
I've had it happen to me twice with just good rapport at the closing table, where if I'm representing the seller, the buyer has reached out to me, either not happy with their agent or, you did great during the transaction, whatever, and, come to me to help with another transaction. Just luck of the draw, I guess.
Sorry, I'm still not.
I think to take that idea, TJ, like what Shaun was saying, even like almost intentionally, just, to congratulate them on the purchase of the house somehow, whatever. And then like what you're saying, Shaun, like once a year, like to put them in your database and send them something on the anniversary of that closing, even though you weren't their agent. Like there's nothing that stops you from doing that,
Yeah,
whatever. And, yeah. And why not? Who knows, 5 years later, because again, 17, 20% of the agents are doing that, but now you become their agent.
I tell
Like
you, psychologically, what's interesting about what he just suggested is that, most people think that agents are doing maybe one or the other, and you sold the house, right?
Mhm.
So, oh, this guy's the guy that sells the house. My agent's the one that helps me with the buy side. They don't, I'm shocked how little people know. I've gotten too complicated when I talk with people because I'm an investor consultant. I work with, people and helping them buy and flip houses, right? As part of my business. And that's a big part of what I do. But I spend a lot on the retail side, and I have so many immediate contacts that know me and have no idea I'm a real estate agent. Like I can actually just help them the buy and sell side. I can do that. It's people don't understand exactly what we do a lot of the time. We think they do because we've been doing this for a long time, but I'm surprised how little they really know. So Shaun's sending out these letters to a house that he didn't even work with that client, but Shaun's a listing agent, not a buyer agent. They don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to think about.
Yeah, for sure. One of the things I'll share and along the same line, and Aaron Kin talked about this on another one of these that we did a couple of months ago, but like with the buyers he works with, he has an agreement with them that when they close on the house, so the realtor comes and takes their sign, their lockbox, and they're off. And now Aaron puts his sign out in the yard for 1 month with a just sold sign on it, whatever. And he, it's his buyers that he worked with, but now he puts a just sold sign out in front. And he says, you'd be surprised how many calls he gets like from neighbors that they don't know. And again, it's just an agreement he made with, his buyers. They're fine with it, whatever. But now all of a sudden these neighbors start calling. They think like the house was on the market and maybe didn't sell. Aaron's the one Aaron did sell the house in that sense. But all of a sudden he starts getting these sign calls from people.
That's genius.
Yeah. And so why not do that? Even, you could do it for 2 weeks or a week or whatever, but just why not pick up some sign calls from some of the people driving around? All of a sudden your sign's in the yard. That sign was in there for a month while it was sitting there, under contract and going to closing and all that. Now your sign comes in and it's a just sold sign. It looks like you sold the house and you became the hero. All of a sudden that agent over there, they had a house on the market for a month, didn't sell. And Aaron came in and sold it in a day kind of thing. It's just this little thing, but it's again, just a way to get more marketing, leverage that house that you just, worked with those people on the buy side. It's a good idea. So
Get one of those riders that says sold and then it says I can sell yours too.
Yeah, for sure. Very cool. Any other thoughts? Any other things we want to throw out? Some good stuff today. Just ideas. I will tell you, it's a great time of year to do it. Be thinking of something you could do this summer, and it doesn't have to cost a lot. Take a Saturday, take a Sunday, take a Friday night, whatever. There's different things you could do. Wine and cheese. We've done, my wife and I, we've done wine and cheese parties at our house. We've done barbecues at our house. You can invite certain groups of people. You could do it multiple times, whatever, but just invite 30, 40 at a time. You could do it at a park somewhere on a Saturday, invite a bunch of people and get a lender to come help. I like your idea, Shaun, with the photographer, do all the pictures, send those out to people now. And that's a great way. And, again, you're going to win your photographer's business for sure.
Yeah,
But,
I was going to say, Jeff, if you live in, an established neighborhood, or even if you're close to a couple other big neighborhoods, you can do a date night and rent, if you've got a common area or a park nearby, you can rent the blow up things and send out, to all your neighbors, say, hey, Wednesday date night or Friday or Saturday, whatever night you want it to be, from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, we're going to have this blow up. We're going to have pizza. We're going to have this and that. Y'all go on a date. We'll watch your kids. That was an idea that was given to me. I've never done it, but I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah. Very cool.
But you could do that. You could also do that with the movie night, which I
Mhm.
thought was really good, because then all the kids are in one place, monitored much easier.
Right. Well, and now it's, this got more and more popular too. And there's a realtor here in town. I see him do this as well. He's not with EXP, but they do a once a month movie night where again, like they do the movie, you know, because they got the big blow up screens now that you can get for anybody can buy those, or a big screen you can put right in your backyard kind of thing, or at a park, you know, and you can set it up that way and do it yourself. You know, they have all the projectors now you can buy, but they do it. They do it actually out. There's a place out here, Meridian Ranch, on the east side of town, and they have like a clubhouse with a pool, and they do it's a swim night. It's always, I forget what they call it, but all the kids are swimming and they do the movie like while they're laying in the pool on rafts and stuff, and they watch the movie and they do a kids movie. Well, they do that once a month. You know, they do that all year round. Every month they do that. And you know, another thing I saw here, and again, just an idea, something I saw was a Saturday morning. It was like a neighborhood, kind of a block party kind of thing, but they do a neighborhood. They do it's a Saturday morning, like a pancake breakfast, and it's a realtor who does this, and it's like mainly for his neighborhood. And it started out with like 4 or 5 families just getting together, and they here on the driveway. They just run an extension cord out there and put the griddle out there, and everybody brings stuff. You know, and it turned into this thing where it got bigger and bigger. So through the summer months, like 3 months, they do it like every Saturday morning for like a couple hours. And it's turned into like, you know, a couple hundred people coming, but they're all bringing stuff to pitch in. It's like this big, huge breakfast buffet kind of thing. And they do this like, you know, throughout the summer, but it's a realtor who puts it together. You know, just different things you can do, different ideas, but it's a great time of year to just think outside the box a little bit. Cheryl, yeah, definitely. The shredding truck. I saw that here recently too. After tax season, the shredding, like you know, the paper shredding. Yeah, bring all your boxes of stuff and you know whatever we got there. We're gonna pay for it. You can just bring it all here and shred it. And then they have like snacks and drinks. I saw another one here this last weekend, last Sunday. They did a food truck thing. They got like 5 or 6 food trucks. They called them all. They all came to a park. You know, and and I don't even think like the food trucks, they love it. They all came, and I think they had a band there, and they did a thing at a park with a bunch, like 5 or 6 different food trucks. And I don't know if the realtor covered it as far as expenses. They just had to buy their own stuff. But I think they had like one of the big blow up things for the kids to play in, right? They set that up and they had a band there. So they covered that, but they had the food trucks there all providing the food, and everybody bought their own food. So it was a simple thing. And then again, maybe like Shaun, you get a photographer to come out, take a bunch of pictures and, you know, post it, create an event. That would be so cheap to do. You could pull that off for a couple $100, like real easy, you know?
Love it.
So some different things like that, but very cool. Anything else anyone wants to throw out? Just some ideas. It's a great time of year to do it. It's a great way to get more business, more referral business. That's what'll happen with it. You're going to win these clients over. They'll be your clients for years to come. You're the guy. You're the gal that they come to for the real estate. They think about you all the time. They're referring people to you left and right. That's what happens with stuff like this if you do it right. You know, keep in touch.
Can I share one last thing?
Yep, absolutely.
I just want to challenge everybody. I did not like doing video, but I realized it needed to happen, so I just pushed through and did it. Strongly encourage you, find someone that's in real estate related business. It could be a landscaper, it could be a painter, it could be someone who builds decks or pressure wash decks, it could be a roofing company, it could be a home inspector, anybody real estate related. Just call them, hey, I want to do a video to basically promote you and make it informational for the public. Would that be a good thing? And just a minute video. And if you do this once a week or even more often than that, people are going to start watching for your videos. They're going to learn from your videos. You're going to help those other businesses. They're going to want to refer you business because you're getting them business. And it's going to be a win-win for both of you. And so I just encourage you to do it. Get over your fear. It's not that scary. Once you do it a few times, you'll get comfortable. I was petrified. I hated talking in front of people. But I knew really quickly when I got into real estate, I need to do live videos. And I kid you not, my first video, I was like this, hey guys, it's Shaun Richardson. My hand was shaking. I was so nervous, but I just kept doing it and I got comfortable. So that would be my encouragement to you. Reach out to someone in a residential related type field and get them business. Do videos, informational. I don't know. I just wanted to encourage you.
No, it's good. Partner up with people, help them build their business like that, promote their thing. They're going to promote you. You know, they'll start bringing people to you, and they'll partner up with you on events like this. They'll be
just
more than happy
natural.
to come and throw in $100 or $200 and, you know, whatever, and pitch in. And now you can make the event that much bigger, cover the cost. Absolutely.
And when you're
Great
doing
ways
those
to do it.
videos, that's a great time to chat with them about it. Just, hey, by the way, I'm going to have a cookout. Any chance you want to be there? Do you want to help sponsor it? Oh, sure. You know, and it'd be a really easy thing to do. You do that for 2-3 months, and at the end of the summer, you have this big bash, you know.
Yep. Very cool. Good. Well, guys, appreciate you being here. Again, we're doing this every Tuesday. Okay, same time, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Early out there on the West Coast, but it's a great time to do it. So Brittany Zappitz will be here next week. 4-time icon out of Florida. She did one for us probably 4 or 5 months ago. It was awesome. On moving up to luxury. That's one you can find in the archives, but she'll be back with a whole new training next week. So anyway, guys, appreciate everybody being on here. Appreciate the support. Any ideas, we'll throw them out there. So guys, have a great week. Okay. We'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks, Shaun.
Absolutely. Glad to help.